Noreen and welcome to my kitchen, and tonight I have what really could qualify as a help 'em in a hurry. Tonight we're going to make rotini with broccoli and Italian sausage, and it's going to be amazing. So let's see how we do this. Okay, so we're going to get started. First thing you're going to need is I'm using a half a dozen mild Italian sausage. And that's because I like to season it up myself as far as the heat level goes. Now I've taken these out of the casing, but I left this one in because I want to show you. Just buy regular Italian sausage. Take your very sharp paring knife. And if you haven't ever done this before, you just take it out. Like that. It comes right out. And then you just get rid of the casing. Now, I'm going to preheat, just for a moment, my pan, and then we're going to use the rest of these ingredients. We're going to use a little bit of olive oil in the pan to brown off the sausage. We're going to cook a pound of rotini pasta. It doesn't have to be rotini. You can use whatever you like. We're also going to use one 16-ounce bag of broccoli florets. This happens to be called baby bud broccoli florets, but it can be whatever you have on hand. I have 5 cloves of garlic, fresh garlic, that I sliced very thin, and that reminds me of Goodfellas, you know, the garlic and the razor blade, you know, just like Paulie.
I spaced out. I didn't say the rotini when you talked about it.
You don't have to use rotini. Use whatever pasta you like. Use orecchiette, you can use rigatoni, you can use penne, you can use whatever you have on hand. It just doesn't matter. We're also going to season this up with some red pepper flake, a little bit of butter to finish off, and some Parmesan cheese. I have water boiling. We're going to be using a little bit of the pasta water to thicken up the sauce a little at the end and make it creamy along with the Parmesan cheese. So we're going to go over to the stove and we'll be right back.
So did you slice these with a razor blade?
No, I didn't. I sliced them with my paring knife. I've browned off most of the way that all 6 of those sausage links that we uncased. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle this with some red pepper flakes, and I'm going to toss my garlic in. Now, some recipes that you see that might be similar to this use broccoli rabe, and they saute the garlic and the red pepper flakes first, but truth be told, every time I've ever done that, I've burned the garlic. And there is nothing worse than burnt garlic. And I'm trying to break up my sliced garlic here because I want it to be separate. And you just, there's a little bit of olive oil in the pan that I fried off the sausage in, and you can see there's not a lot of fat in here, so it was a nice lean sausage to begin with. I put about a tablespoon of olive oil in here just to get everything moving. And now the red pepper flakes and the garlic, they're going to hang out here for a few minutes while I finish browning off the meat. And then we have our pasta cooking, and we're going to finish off the dish in just a few minutes when the pasta's drained and everything is ready to come together to this delicious party. So we'll be back in just a minute. Everything is ready to come together now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple of ladles of the pasta water in here, just like that, as well as this knob of butter. It's about 2 tablespoons of butter. And get that going. And this is going to be the base of our sauce. You want that butter to melt down. And then while that's working, I'm going to go ahead and stick my colander in my pot here. And I went ahead and I threw my frozen broccoli in the pasta for like the last 3 minutes that the pasta needed to cook. And then I'm just going to go ahead and put all this in the pan together. Just like that. And I'll have to be obsessive because that's how I roll. Obsessive. Alright, we'll call that good. Now, we're going to put a couple of really good handfuls of Parmesan cheese in here. And Rick is going to have something to say. I just know it.
You need a bigger skillet.
I need a bigger skillet. I should have used a larger skillet, it's true. But what's going to happen now, and my pan is turned off, so I'm just using the residual heat, what that was left in the skillet. And these cast iron numbers, they just are really good at that. So, The only other thing that we're going to do is drop something on the floor so the dogs can get it. And just mix this all together. I've got Parmesan strings going on here, so that's a good thing. It's okay. It's what happens when I use a pan that's too small. You do it at home too, admit it. Okay, there's only one other thing that we add in here. And that's some cracked black pepper. I'm just going to do a few turns, and then everybody can season their own serving as they choose. Okay, now, what we're going to do next is we're going to serve up a plate, and we'll meet you over at the counter, and we'll give this a taste. Here we go. This is our rotini with broccoli and Italian sausage, and the only thing I'm going to do is sprinkle a little more parm on the top, and give it a little more cracked black pepper. And we're going to call that supper. So,
Looks delicious.
it does look delicious. You're going to find out here in just a second. And get a piece of sausage, and a piece of broccoli. Open. Good?
Tastes even better than it looks.
Incredible. You have to try this. Super fast and delicious. And you'll have leftovers for lunch tomorrow. So, I hope you try this rotini with Italian sausage and broccoli. And I hope you love it. And until next time, I will see ya. Thank you for joining me in my kitchen today. I hope you liked what you watched today, and I hope that you try it, and I hope that you love it. If you like what you saw, please consider hitting the thumbs up button and giving me a positive rating. And also, make sure that you hit the subscribe button if you're already not a subscriber, so that you don't miss out on any of the fun we have here in our kitchen every single day. I hope that you enjoyed it. I'm really glad that you're here. Thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to come by tomorrow. Until next time, happy eating!